Hello, this is Gandalf of School for Ants, and we'd like to welcome you to the Hobbit podcast.
The Hobbit podcast, that's right. Thank you, Bathrobe Gandalf. Well, he gets changed. Whoa, there's a malfunction back there. Okay, well, he gets
warm.
changed.
It's very warm.
We're gonna do a little movie review. We're also gonna drink a little beer. We have a special beer here for our beer cast / movie review. By the way, I hope all you guys got to see or listen to our first audio podcast, Road Soda. It's on School for Ants page. It's also on our page. It's not on YouTube. So like us on Facebook. Go take a look at that. But otherwise, yeah, let's get started. What's our beer here?
.com/SchoolForAntsBand.
School for Ants Band, because we couldn't get School for Ants.
The beer we'll be drinking while podcasting is it's called Hennepin. It's by a local brewery called Ommegang. Let me put it in frame here. And the price tag's on there too, classy.
Stay classy.
High res, you can see that. And I'm just gonna pour that in while he talks.
Yeah. And we both went to see The Hobbit. I went to see it twice now. We saw it in the low frame rate, so unfortunately we can't complain like every other blog, podcast, movie review about this movie where they said, "Oh, the high frame rate sucked," and we didn't see it in that. So all we saw was in regular frame rate. And the cool thing about this one is usually we are going into it in the same field. I've watched the movie once before, and I also read the books.
Show the ring.
And I'm wearing the Ring of Bar here as well. I almost gave everyone the finger. That's ring right here. It's my wedding ring. That's the one ring to roll them all.
So this guy's read. We both read Lord of the Rings. The three book series. He's read The Hobbit as well as the Silmarillion, as well as
all the layworks and children.
Everything.
Yeah, I'm an
Uber
Tolkien.
So
by the way, Tolkien's birthday.
It was today.
Yeah,
I saw that on Facebook. Yeah. Whatever, dude.
Tolkien's birthday.
Facebook told me that.
Well,
I think I have Gandalf here in my mouth. Look at that. Okay, but yes. So for the first time ever, I think in our lives, he's out nerding me. In this situation,
I'm sipping beer right now too.
So we're gonna give you both perspectives. The guy that's never read The Hobbit knows very little about The Hobbit in general. Just knows The Hobbit is Bilbo, all that stuff. And I think I saw the cartoon when I was like a little kid. The cartoon version of
somebody was like,
look it up. It's very good.
Jess actually wanted me to compare this Hobbit to the cartoon version. I was like,
I saw that when I was like 3.
I haven't seen the cartoon version like
20. We hate you forever.
35 years. And I'm only 32. So okay. The first thing I wanted to mention, what is up with the 37 trailers in front of the movies now?
That's how they make their money. They make their money in trailers and $7 tubs of popcorn.
This movie is 2 hours and 37 minutes long, and the trailers are 1 hour and 32 minutes long. So just make sure you bring something to pee in while you're there.
Well,
you go pee during the third trailer.
I'm not gonna lie. I like the trailers. The first part of the movie, though, I fell asleep. I was asleep for like a few minutes.
I could hear you doing like a little soft heaving.
Yeah, I was doing the little snore. And I was doing like a stretch in my legs a little bit. Because in the beginning of this movie, there's mild spoilers. I don't think we're going to give too much away.
We'll try not to give too much away. We'll give a little bit away.
It's based on the book The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien.
So if you haven't read that by now, it's been out for like 70 years. So you're lame.
Read a book, seriously.
But... yeah, the first part of the movie's slow, just like if you ever watched The Fellowship of the Ring, it's slow. It's a lot of expository. It's a lot of the Shire. Yay, I'm in the Shire, and he's hanging out. And there's trees.
It feels like if you watch Lord of the Rings, it feels very for kids. This is like the kid version of Lord of the Rings.
Which it is. It is in real life. It was written to be a children's book.
I was like, okay, when are they going to start slicing some heads off and stuff? Like, oh, they're throwing plates around. They're really rude dwarves. Oh boy! And then Bilbo's like, I don't want to. I'm a proper hobbit. And you're like, okay.
Did he sound like Gandalf? Your impressions went off there.
No, that wasn't an impression. I'm a proper hobbit. I'm a proper hobbit. That's a Gandalf impression.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Which I didn't do because the beard was not on.
Fair enough.
By the way, I said he was nerdier than me, and I own all that stuff. That I just there's also a staff back here that did not get on camera. I'm sorry.
I didn't give him any of that.
That's too small for the camera.
But yeah, if you watch the Lord of the Rings trilogy, you've seen the theme. Personally, the Lord of the Rings trilogy is one of my favorite trilogies. It's up there with Star Wars. It's up there with, Back to the Future. Good trilogy.
Good choices. Good trilogy choices. I
there-
would have said Underworld, but then there's a fourth one now.
I would not have said Underworld. I would have said Matrix either. Thanks, Matrix.
That's for my wife.
Thanks, Matrix 2 and 3 for ruining it. But there's a lot of things I like about this are not only the storytelling of it, and I enjoy I was alright with the slower parts of it because I've read the book and it's very slow. If you've read, just like reading the first, just like reading Lord of the Rings, the first
slow is not the word for the first part of that movie. Oh my goodness. I looked like everything was colorful too, and the music was so peaceful. So my brain was just like, "No, it's sleepy time."
You were just tired. I'm just giving it to you.
I was not tired. I was
tired.
fine until I was in that theater, and then out.
Oh, okay.
Light.
I didn't feel the same way about the first part. It is slow though, and actually the first time I watched, to tell you the truth, I was a little tired in the middle, like in the beginning part where he's running off to finally join the dwarves. So I understand that, but. I like the storytelling of it. I like that it took a little expository because
I liked
hopefully
it.
These next two will not be as expository. There'll be more people getting their heads cut off. So I think that's why they had to do a lot.
Do you think that there'll be more characters with ball sacks on their chins? That's what I want to know.
We're not to that guy yet.
We don't have
Is
to
that
say
a
it in order.
spoiler?
Right?
Is that a spoiler?
No, it's the ball sack chin guy. Yeah, like they stole that from Men in Black 2, by the way.
He's the
Totally
ball
stole from Men in
chinian
Black
from Men
2.
in
Yeah,
Black.
exactly. Stolen from Men in Black 2. Seriously, J.R. Tolkien, nice one. Although he had a cool song. I like this song. I don't know who played it. I don't know what actor played him, but he was
How
did
did
a
you?
good job.
Well, let's while you're getting into it, let's talk about the CGI. Actually, a lot of the CGI in the newer movies getting better and better, but a lot of the stuff in this movie was creatures that were supposed to look humanoid. You know, so it's tougher to do that than like make somebody look a little younger. I mean, you really have to have not only CGI, but this is a lot of motion capture that they have to sell.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, they had Andy Serkis.
How did
back
you
for
feel
Gollum.
about? How did you feel about that kind of stuff?
I was not. This is very nitpicky, but I was kind of thrown off by what the white orc guy looked like.
Really?
He looked weird. He looked kind of like he was made of marble, and I'm not sure if that was what they were going for, but like he looked like he was made of a stone and not like skin.
Man, I
like
maybe
the
I'm
little
fanboy
goblins,
on this one, but I actually enjoyed.
He is a fanboy. For the record.
I enjoyed Azog. His name was Azog,
I knew that.
which I don't know where they. This actually is not for the book. Azog is not in the book.
What?
He is made up for because they had to make some action.
That's
part
where
of the
you're
movie.
even nerdy about the not lore.
Well, they had to make something up so there was a bad guy in this part of the movie because this is the first half where there's like walking basically. Like, hey, we'll throw in this bad guy who's also a bad guy, and he doesn't like the Thor, and that's what they had to do. So, I mean, I understand where they were coming from. I actually liked it. The mocap and the actors did a really good job, especially that Riddles in the Dark scene. I freaking love that. The Goblin King obviously was great.
So if we're going, what was your favorite scene in the movie?
Probably the Riddles in it. You know, my least favorite scene was Radagast being driven by bunnies. But
Wasn't he supposed to be though? Wasn't it like
yes, but
because I think you told me
it
that,
was still ridiculous. It was ridiculous to see as it is to read.
And Radagast, by the way,
That is a spoiler.
another wizard who you don't ever see again. He's there and he's gone, and he looks like if you go to San Francisco, any homeless guy lying on the sidewalk, this is Radagast the Brown. Literally, he's wearing like sackcloth. He has like mold and poop in his hair, and he's got
Literally just poop.
and like there's like, but he's like talking to animals, and he's really crazy and.
Think of a bum on meth. That's basically.
Yeah, he looked like he was on meth. Like, and like it wouldn't have been. I wouldn't have been surprised if he would have been like, "Oh, got to go back to the meth lab now," you know, and like he's Breaking Bad or whatever.
Bunnies away!
Yeah. Oh yeah, guy. He's on a Tolkien
Dog
wrote
sled.
this, I guess. Tolkien
Dog
wrote
sled.
this.
This is I don't remember the sled part, but I haven't read it in a couple
sled
years.
pulled by bunnies.
I remember the bunnies part though. So
What?
I liked it.
Yeah.
It was funny. It was hilarious. It was stupid.
Yeah.
It was really stupid.
It was fun though. Like that part was fun. My favorite part. I really liked the troll scene.
Okay, yeah, the troll part was good.
Like,
There's some good mocap in that too.
I liked the troll fight was fun. I thought Bilbo kept him up talking telling them riddles or something, but it seemed like it was very short. Like he was just like, "Here's one riddle. Oh, it's sunny out." And you're like, "Okay."
Yeah, I was like, these guys did not have. They had poor time management on this one.
Yeah.
Like, we got all day and all night to cook these guys. We're
Yeah,
good.
like, yeah, we're gonna cook them all night, and then they're roasting them over a fire at one point. But no one's injured. They're not
No one
getting hurt.
even looks perturbed.
Yeah, they don't even look like they're upset. They're just like, okay, we're stuck in these ropes. Whatever. Yeah, there's a fire below us. Okay, cool. Like, you're okay. I guess dwarves are made of stiffer stuff than we are.
You're a nitpicking bitch. That's all I'm saying.
I'm nitpicking because I didn't see I don't read the book. I'm gonna be like, there was too many dwarfs. I thought too many dwarfs.
What do you
Muffin and Biffer and Bliffen
Did you only want there to be
and Sugan
seven?
Flugen. It's just like, what the who?
Did you only want there to be 7 dwarfs? Is that what
I
you
would
wanted
have
for?
been okay with like 2.
Maybe a hot chick
Like,
that was leading
like
them,
there were only
so
3 of them that did anything. There was like the fat one and the little one and the stupid one. This. Okay, by the way, this infuriated me. All the dwarves have these great weapons, giant axes and like a glaive and swords and shields. Yeah. One dude has a slingshot. Why are you even there?
He's
like,
a little guy.
No, why is he
He's
there?
a little guy.
Hey, well, okay, you're young. Give him a knife or something. He literally in every scene.
He's really
good. In every scene,
it
shows him do something, and nothing happens to the villain he hits. Nothing.
He took someone down.
He didn't take anyone down. He shot the Goblin King with a stone. Nothing happens.
Oh,
he shoots a troll, and nothing happens. I'm like, what is going on with this guy? Get rid of him.
I'm the youngest. Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
And they keep telling Frodo or. Frodo. I get them mixed up because of the same person. Bilbo mixed up because
Lord,
they're like, you're useless. You're a jerk. You're a stupid jerk. But then this other dwarf with a slingshot is he gets a pass. You're like, no, fuck that guy. And we just got explicit. That's right. But
this is not safe for work anymore.
That got crazy. I was like, why is this guy still here? Like, it's just blowing my mind.
These are 12 dwarves.
Like even the
fat,
the fat one had an axe and he was kicking some ass.
The story, if people don't know, and he's making
this guy knows
insane.
The story. So it is insane.
But it's really about these 12 dwarves that are trying to get their home back. They were driven out by a crazy giant money-hungry dragon. The dragon likes gold. It loves gold, and so it lives in this cave with a lot of gold in it because all the dwarves saved up all this gold. And so they're trying to get their home back. There's only 12 of them. They have little to no chance of survival. And basically they pick Bilbo because Gandalf goes, I can get you a burglar, and he just finds a random hobbit.
Yeah, I don't think that was well explained either. Like because the story starts out with Gandalf just showing up, and he's like, "Oh, you're gonna have a bunch of dwarves."
That's how the book starts out.
You're the burglar, and you're like, "Wait, why is he a burglar? This is like some kind of racial profiling? Like, this whole hobbits are thieves."
Basically,
like,
it is. No, it is because he's small Gandalf. And he's light on his feet, so he can get into places.
And by the way, have you seen Hobbit feet? How are they light on their feet?
Gandalf took no time to help to find this guy. He's like, I know this guy. I'll go over and talk to him.
Laziest wizard ever. Radagast at least put some work in with his bunnies.
It's like I've trained all these bunnies. I've given them all crystal masks so they can pull my sled.
Yeah, Gandalf is just like flashing that light thing. That's all he does in the whole movie. And then
he blew up a rock too. He blew up that rock.
Yeah, with the light again.
And he knocked all those goblin people over.
With light. He's like, I got a mag light. Oh, there you go. Like he's just flashing like mag light staff.
Are you hating this movie? Or gonna give it?
No. I actually, like I said, there's a lot of stuff I liked about this movie. Just some stuff like that. When I thought about it afterwards, I was like, why did that happen?
Okay, Andy Serkis Academy Award. Do you agree or disagree?
I think Andy Serkis did a great job, but I think that it's the same job that he did in Lord of the Rings. I don't feel like he did anything better or worse.
I don't agree with you on that. The riddles in the dark scene, he was so good. Like the mocap they used to make Gollum's faces, he did all that. That's all he was
right. Like
all that
balls
stuff
on his face
was terrific. It was fantastic. That whole scene was probably my favorite of the movie because it was so well done, and it's one of those things you remember from your childhood. You remember reading about. You gotta read the book, and then we'll come back and do this again. Okay?
No, this is why we're doing this. Because some people are not going to read the book before they're going to see this movie.
I enjoyed the Goblin Town fight scenes. The
Goblin scenes are great.
Fun scene.
I still think that they Disney porn that movie where they're like, we snuck in some balls, and like literally he's just talking in this sack under his chin is swinging, and you're just like, Come on, dude.
What they're trying to show you is that he's grotesque and he's lazy and he lets everyone else do his stuff because he's the king.
You could have put some poop on his face or something, and it would have done the same thing.
By the way, for extra nerd points, all these things are in Lord of the Rings Online because
do you need
of
extra
the Hobbit.
nerd points?
Because of the Hobbit.
Do you need extra nerd points?
I do. So how about the scenery? How the scenery by itself? How was that?
I loved the Last Homely House. I think they portrayed that well. Rivendell was beautiful as usual. They did a good job with all the elves. Like there's this one scene that I kind of like. It was, and they probably meant it this way, but the scene where they show Galadriel, and she's literally just standing straight, and she turns, and her dress just turns and stays in the same place, but it turns
I like that.
like almost like her head is just turning, but you can tell her whole body turns, and it looks so graceful, and you're just like, that's what that was perfectly executed.
Yeah, Galadriel's played by Kate Blanchett. If people don't know,
if you haven't seen
she is
Lord
my
of the Rings.
queen.
Yeah,
Sorry, Jess. She probably won't watch this anyway.
Jamie will watch it though. Jamie's my queen.
She went, yeah. But yeah, no, the scope. New Zealand. We need to steal that and bring that to America. Sorry, people live in New Zealand, including Amy and Kyle. Sorry about that.
Well, then they can come here. That's fine.
Yeah, you guys can just come
We'll
over
just
here.
we're gonna detach your island and
we
move it
need
over
something
to
with
somewhere.
history that looks really cool. We don't. We have like, hey, we got Mount Rushmore. That's cool. We got stuff that's like 300 years old, dude. I'm like,
a lot
oh,
of desert
great.
area and a lot of pastures, but we don't have anything cool like New Zealand.
We got some
Rolling
buildings. We
hills.
made them. We made all our
The
stuff.
Appalachians, that's close, kind of, right?
But yeah, okay, let's get back. Oh, I got lost on that one. Okay, so yeah, CGI. I mean, I dug the CGI stuff, the Goblin King. I felt a little. I thought it was funny, the little ball sack thing. Yeah,
I see that. It took me out of it because he was saying all the stuff, and I'm just watching this shit swing, and I'm like,
and you're
okay.
Well, that's only your fixation on nuts.
I was getting turned on a little bit, and you can't get a chub in the theater.
You get an old chub in the theater.
Yeah, and for like some dudes with some big neck balls swinging, you're like, what? And like if they didn't make the could have made it look like a waddle or something, but they made it look like fucking like a lobed object.
How about the Eagles? I killed the Eagles.
Okay, I like the Eagles. I don't know why they're not always calling the Eagles though. Like, and we're not talking about Eagles the band. The Eagles in Lord of the Rings trilogy and also in The Hobbit, obviously, kick the crap out of everything. They come in and just throwing orcs around and throwing wargs around and throwing and saving hobbits and like. Why don't they just have these guys fight everybody? Because they're awesome.
I'm going to give you the nerd alert on this one.
They're awesome.
I'm going to give you the nerd alert. The Eagle King, which I can't remember his name. I just remember it starts with a T. It's like Throngdalo or something.
Oh, lose points. Someone comment on this. Get him.
Someone put that in the comments, please. I
might do it.
The Eagle King is kind of a douche, and he's like, I don't really want to do anything. But then Gandalf calls him like, okay, I'm going to do this as once, Gandalf. He's like, okay, I'll do it again. This is once, Gandalf. And then he doesn't really help that way. He's like Tom Bombadil. He's not very helpful.
Why?
He's omnipotent and not really
J.R.R. Tolkien, the moral of the Lord of the Rings and all J.R.R. Tolkien's works is that gods hate us and they don't want to do crap.
He's just an Eagle King. He's not a god.
Yeah, but those things they're marauders. They were like literally the whole scene was dominated by them just destroying the orcs. There's not even a chance. Like, oh, I shot one of them. I thought it was like, oh, one of the eagles getting shot down. No, they just killed them all. Like there's nothing.
There was no casualties.
It was an awesome scene, but it was like literally these guys. They're not like they're giant birds. They're not like something that you would miss with an arrow, But nothing. These orcs, nothing. They got nothing. Oh, it was a great scene, but I was like at the end, I was like nothing. Not even like not even like a wing with something in it, or I got something in my wing. Oh, I'll get home. Nothing. Not even injured. I was like, okay.
Well, like I said, they're kind of douches. They're the douches of Middle Earth with Tom Bombadil, he doesn't hang out with them, but he should because he's a douche as well.
Even though I can probably only tell you like 4 or 5 of the dwarves' names, I really like their designs. I really like how each one of them was very different. That was my fear when I was.
Who was your favorite, if you remember? I'll probably remember his name.
No, Thorin Oakenshaw was my favorite. He's
okay,
awesome.
I like Dwalin actually.
Dwalin, because Dwalin, he's from the
game too. He had the Mr. T Mohawk
He
had the Mr. T Mohawk when he was younger. I was like, yeah, it's because badass. He just headbutts people in the face.
I like the big fat one, Beaufort, I think.
Bumper, yeah.
Bumper, yeah. The big fat one was cool too because he looked like a monk.
No, I don't know.
He had like the bowl cut going on, and he had like a weird beard. And they all weird beards.
He had stylish hipster facial hair.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like the dwarves are like the hipsters of Middle Earth. They're like, hey,
Like, I'm a different
I curled
hipster.
my mustache. You're like, get out of here, hipster. Whatever.
Okay.
Oh, I like the old dude too. The old dwarf. He was cool.
Balin.
Balin. He was
Balin.
cool. He was like the sage wise one.
His skeleton was in Lord of the Rings.
Great.
Here lies Balin, son of Fundin,
Oh,
Lord of
that
Moria.
sucks. He was in Moria. Oh.
He's like, I'm gonna go back to Moria. This is gonna be a good idea.
See, I feel like I want to go. I want to look to Back to the Future now and just be like, dude, you don't go to Moria. Don't
like,
do
Doc,
that.
bring me back to Middle Earth.
Oh, she's so stupid.
All right, well, ending. The ending of the movie, was it good for the save for the next movie, or how'd you feel about it?
It was okay. Like I didn't feel like I was like, okay, well they gotta kill the stupid dragon, and they showed his big dragon head. And
They showed the eye actually. It was the eye. It was just the eye.
And yeah, he's like who sleeps in treasure? What is he, Scrooge McDuck? Like, what is
The Smog has gotten lazy. That's basically like what the moral of the story is.
But what are they dumping treasure on him though? Like
no, he loves gold so much he sleeps in it. It's like a bed. He is like Scrooge McDuck. Yeah.
Have you ever put your hand into a jar full of coins? It doesn't feel good. It feels awful.
He's a dragon.
It's
They might
made
like
of
that.
metal. It's like
his skin is like thick like dragon skin.
I guess, but if he's lazy, then why do they worry about defeating this guy? Like he's a giant dragon that just is sleeping in coins.
he's like Mario's dream right there.
Yeah,
little Mario and
yeah.
Luigi.
He's like Bowser. Just jump on him, just throw some fireballs at him or something. And I thought it was cool how they got showing where they got the ring, because I sort of knew how that happened because from like when I watched Lord of the Rings, but I wasn't fully understanding. I thought that was kind of odd that it just popped out of his pocket though. I was like,
that's
okay.
actually what happens in the Hobbit too. It just kind of falls out of his pocket.
I think they explain it in Lord of the Rings too. Like, oh well, the ring wanted to go leave him because he was a jackass or whatever. And you're like, okay.
Well, the ring wanted to get to a person that would get him to the person he wanted him to, basically. And the ring thought it had a good plan, but then Frodo's like, no, I'm going over the mountain.
Yeah, and
let's do this.
And and I think I got this correct, but when Bilbo puts in the ring, he doesn't see a giant eyeball looking at him.
There's a reason for that. Because Sauron isn't fully realized yet. He's not
see, that's what I was thinking.
Barad-dûr.
That's what I was thinking. Like I was like, wait, he's got this ring on for like 20 minutes in Lord of the Rings, so they put it on for like 5 seconds. Look, he's afraid.
Yeah.
You're like, what's going on here?
Because Sauron's not looking for the ring yet. He's still trying to like get back to life. That's why he was just like kind of like a specter when Radagast saw him.
Oh, is that you see the necromancer?
Oh, yes.
Spoiler alert! Spoiled! Spoiled!
Sorry.
I'm not going to watch the other movies now.
Do we have a time for this?
I don't know.
Whatever. If you don't already know, we just told you. But the necromancer is.
We'll have to put spoilers in the.
He's like
like super spoilers. Like, I didn't even know that. I didn't watch the movie.
Yeah, that is.
I thought this was like, they're gonna go after this necromancer.
I thought
that's
you
cool.
knew that.
Like, no, I just thought it was gonna be like.
I should have told you that.
Well, because I know about like the barrel whites because I read the book. I read the Lord of the Rings book, so I was like, oh, maybe it was like a barrel white or something.
Also, like, well, there's no one in Middle Earth that can raise the dead. That's my Christopher Lee impression, by the way.
Well, except that there's the barrel whites who are all
they
dead.
Raise
that
the
have
dead.
been raised.
They're just dead. They haven't been raised by anyone. They're just like ghosts, basically.
But they can kill you, so they've obviously
they're
not
just like ghosts.
completely dead. They're nearly
like
dead.
Ghosts. It's like a fighting ghost.
I quit.
He quits, and that's really how we're gonna end this right here. Do you have a rating? We don't have a rating system.
I would say that I would give it 2 thumbs. I'm gonna do thumbs. The thumbs.
You hated this movie the whole time. Like, 2 thumbs up.
No, like seriously, it was confusing as shit. I would say read the book before you go see it because I have no clue what went on. But the last couple minutes of this were great. They were great. There was a great fight scenes. The eagles kicked the crap out of them. I want an eagle now. That's on my Amazon wish list. It's a giant
that's the one thing
eagle.
we forgot to talk about. And the music really drove this.
Yeah, the music was great.
It drove the scene so well. It just moved them, especially after the
Especially
slow
the songs
parts.
they sung. Like the dwarves song was really good, and the
really
Goblin King
heartfelt.
song was really good too.
Yeah, I really like that kind of stuff. Well, I obviously give it 2 thumbs up. I love anything that has to do with this movie. That's just my fanboyness. There is little problems with it, and I haven't, like I said, I want to see this high frame rate one. I might have to go back a third time.
I'm gonna do 1.5 thumbs. See that way I don't.
A little broken thumb.
We're not the same way. We're 1.5 because it wasn't like the best thing I've ever seen, but it was a good movie.
I give 1 turn.
And like I said, the last like 30 minutes of the movie is great because there's a lot of action. There's
it's really the last
cool
hour of the movie,
cool CG. There's cool music. There's like it's very desperate. You get like you're like oh, these guys gonna get out of this, and they we won't give it away, but we gave everything else away, but I won't give that away. And it was really fun. It was a fun little ride. Yeah, it was the 3D though. You don't need the 3D. I didn't feel like we needed 3D.
Actually, yeah, the 3D not needed. If you're
there was like
movies,
there's a moth in front of the thing. You're like okay,
like
there's
the 3D was almost not necessary at all.
The 3D was so not apparent that it was actually confusing when there was 3D.
Yeah.
Like I thought there was, at one point I thought there was someone standing up in front of the screen because I saw someone out and I was like, what the fuck?
I think it was Gandalf's shoulder.
Yeah, and I was like, who is standing?
That's
the 3D is kicking in.
I was like, did someone stand up in front of me? Oh, it's the 3D.
Yeah, like the 3D is kicking in. I literally took them off and then like everything went the weird blurry stuff and I was like, I can't see.
I remember that part because I was like, that's the 3D. Hi.
Yeah, so if you see this, I would say see it in 2D. I kind of want to see it I would see it like again, but I would definitely see it in that 48 frame rate just because I want to see what it was about.
See, the high frame rate's only in 3D that I've seen anyway.
Oh, okay.
So you have to pay another $18, whatever it is.
See, this guy knows
for 3D.
He did his homework.
Yeah, it was only at Carousel Mall. It wasn't at Shopping Town.
Yeah, well, because Shopping Town is their cameras are made out of Twizzlers.
I don't even know how Shopping Town is still open. I think the only reason they're still open is they have a movie theater.
They have like old time Super 8s cameras. Just like
they can't hold a Burger King in there. It's sad. I'm sorry if anyone works at Shopping Town. I'm sorry if you're watching this. I'm sorry for your loss. That's all I can really say.
I mean, well, the thing is too is we went on a holiday. We went on New Year's Day, and so there was nothing open. Like we were literally and we're in there. And we're like, why is oh yeah, it's a holiday, and then so we went.
It was like 5:30, and there was everything.
But they had something was open earlier because they had like this Chinese place with the lights on. They had this pizza place with the lights on. You're like, what's going on?
Yeah, we just missed it. It was like an early time. But hey,
we have the TGI Fridays. They were still open.
TGIF right there. But
I give that dinner one thumb up. It was like give the thumb in the frame. It was not 2 thumbs. It was not great. It was good. It was okay. TGIF. Sorry.
I don't think anyone cares about the dinner though.
No, they do. They care because it's part of the.
I give this beer 2 thumbs up. It's delicious, by the way.
Yeah, they had it. Almagan Hangapin. It's a very. It's a saison actually. It's Pharma saison. When I said on the last beer cast what I liked, it has a lot of like fruity flavors in it. It's got it's very smooth, very light. It's good like drinking with food, beer.
I agree. That's all I got.
That's why I got it. That's why I got it because I wanted you to try it. And we're gonna keep doing this randomly on podcasts. I'm gonna insert beer into them because I like beer.
And beer makes everything better. If you didn't know that already,
It does.
Hey guys, thanks for coming today. Thanks for giving us a watch. If you like this, like us on Facebook, School for Ants Band. Like us on YouTube, and yeah.
What's the thing where you put the audio podcast?
Oh, that was from SoundCloud. I don't know if you can Can you like us on that? I don't know. If you can, find us.
I think
on SoundCloud.
you can. I think there's a like button.
Look on our page. We call it the Road Soda. That's what we're going to call it every time we do a podcast on the road. It's not a great quality. It's in 3 parts because my phone only does a 5-minute.
I think I might have a recorder that can record the whole thing. We'll see.
We'll look into it.
We're
going to get better at this. So, if you have any criticism too, let us know.
Or suggestions for like movies we can watch.
We will watch the stupidest movies that you post on here. So
seriously,
we'll do it.
Especially if they're Netflix.
If you want to see it, we're pretty much open to anything. So, yeah.
Okay. So you guys have a good night.
Have a good night, guys.
School for Ants,
Thanks.
baby.
School for Ants.
Bye.